You wake up, you have breakfast, maybe some toast, a little fruit, maybe even cereal or a muffin. You think you're doing the right thing, but by mid-morning you feel it, that wave of fatigue, that heaviness behind your eyes. Your body moves slower, your thoughts feel dull, and you start wondering, why am I already tired? So you reach for something, a cup of coffee, a granola bar, a quick snack, just to get through the morning. And for a little while it works. You feel better, your energy returns. But then, by early afternoon, the crash hits. Again, this cycle plays out day after day, and for millions of people over 60 it becomes the new normal. But it shouldn't be. Because this isn't just aging, it's not just stress, and it's not your imagination. It's sugar. Not just the kind in candy or dessert, but the hidden sugar in so many foods that appear healthy: cereal, low-fat yogurt, juice, bread, energy bars, even your morning smoothie. Sugar promises energy, but delivers exhaustion. It gives your body a quick hit, then leaves it depleted. It tells your brain, you're fine, while your cells are gasping for real fuel. And over time, this pattern doesn't just drain your energy, it drains your confidence, your independence, your motivation. You start to avoid activity, you lose muscle, you lose clarity, and worst of all, you start to believe this is just how life feels after 60. But it's not. In this video, we're going to show you exactly how sugar affects your energy system and why it makes you tired, weak, and foggy, even if you eat well. We'll explain what happens inside your blood, your cells, your brain, and your muscles every time you eat something sweet. And most importantly, we'll show you what you can do to break the cycle, to wake up feeling clear, to move through your day with strength, to enjoy life without chasing energy. It starts here with the truth about sugar's energy trap. Your body runs on energy. Every heartbeat, every thought, every step you take. That energy comes from the food you eat. But not all food creates the same kind of energy. And sugar, despite its sweet taste and quick kick, is one of the worst fuels you can rely on, especially after 60. When you eat sugar, your blood sugar rises quickly. That's the rush. You feel alert, your brain lights up, your muscles get a burst of power. But your body can't allow high blood sugar to last, so your pancreas releases insulin, a hormone that helps move sugar out of your blood and into your cells. If everything worked perfectly, your energy would stay steady. But for many older adults, it doesn't. Over the years, your cells become less responsive to insulin. This is called insulin resistance, and it means your body has to work harder to clear sugar from your blood. More insulin, more effort, more strain. And here's what happens next. After the spike comes the crash. Your blood sugar falls quickly, sometimes too quickly. And when that happens, your brain sends a signal. It says, "We need more sugar." You feel tired, hungry, anxious. You reach for another snack. The cycle begins again. This roller coaster wears you down. Your cells get confused, your hormones stay out of balance, and instead of producing energy, your body spends all day trying to catch up. It doesn't end there. When your blood sugar swings up and down too often, your mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your cells, stop working efficiently. These are the parts of your body that actually make energy, and sugar slowly burns them out. This is why you feel drained, not just tired, but deeply systemically tired, like your whole body is running uphill in the wrong shoes. And the more you try to fix it with quick sugar, the worse it gets. But the good news is this: your energy system can recover, it can stabilize, it just needs consistency, not spikes. It needs the kind of fuel that lasts, and it starts by understanding what sugar is really doing behind the scenes. Up next, we'll look at how sugar fuels something even more frustrating: chronic fatigue in older adults, and why it might be stealing more from your body than you think. Fatigue after 60 isn't just about getting older. It's not just because you're retired, or less active, or staying home more. Chronic fatigue, the kind that lingers no matter how much you rest, often has deeper roots, and sugar is one of them. When you eat sugar, your body experiences a rush. That burst of energy can feel like a quick fix, but inside, your systems are paying a heavy price. One of the first to feel it is your adrenal system, the small glands sitting on top of your kidneys. These glands help manage stress. They release cortisol, your body's alertness hormone, and when your blood sugar rises and falls rapidly, your adrenals have to respond. Again and again, they try to keep you balanced, to help you stay calm, awake, and focused. But over time, they wear down. This leads to a state called adrenal fatigue. Your body no longer handles stress well. You feel exhausted in the morning, sluggish in the afternoon, wired at night. You may sleep for hours and still wake up tired. And sugar makes it worse. Each spike forces the adrenals to act. Each crash drains your reserve. Eventually, the smallest tasks feel hard. A walk to the mailbox, a phone call, even cooking dinner. And the worst part is, you start to think this is just how aging feels, but it's not. Fatigue also comes from poor nutrient absorption. High-sugar diets interfere with magnesium, B vitamins, and other nutrients that support energy production. So even if you're eating good food, your cells may not be getting what they need to perform. And don't forget about the liver. As we've seen before, sugar, especially fructose, puts a heavy load on your liver. A sluggish liver means slower detox, slower metabolism, and slower energy turnover. It all adds up. You don't need to be diabetic for this to happen. You don't need to drink soda or eat candy. Sugar is hidden in sauces, breads, packaged meals, and drinks labeled healthy. And it adds up, meal after meal, day after day. But once you see the pattern, you can change it. You can support your adrenals, you can feed your cells, you can clear the sugar, and start building real, lasting energy. In the next section, we'll look at how sugar doesn't just tire you out. It actually weakens your muscles, the very strength that keeps you moving and independent. Your muscles are more than just strength. They're your stability, your balance, your ability to walk, rise from a chair, carry groceries, or catch yourself when you trip. And as you age, protecting your muscles becomes more important than ever. But if sugar is a regular part of your diet, your muscles may be quietly wasting away. It doesn't happen overnight. You may not even notice it at first, but little by little, the energy to move feels harder to access. Tasks that used to be easy start to feel heavy. And one of the reasons is sugar. When you eat too much sugar, your body stores excess fuel as fat, especially around the belly. But it also triggers inflammation throughout your tissues, and muscle tissue is especially sensitive. Inflammation caused by sugar makes it harder for your body to repair damaged muscle fibers. Even small amounts of daily activity, walking, climbing stairs, reaching, can cause micro-tears in muscle. Normally, your body would repair and rebuild, but with high inflammation, that process slows down. Sometimes it stops altogether. Sugar also interferes with protein synthesis. Your body needs amino acids, balanced insulin, and cellular energy to build and maintain muscle. But constant blood sugar swings make that process inefficient. Instead of building strength, your body focuses on managing chaos. Over time, this leads to muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. And with less muscle, your energy output drops, your posture weakens, your balance becomes unstable, and your risk of falls increases. It becomes a cycle. Sugar causes weakness. Weakness leads to less movement causes more muscle loss, and the body slips further into frailty. But there's another layer. Muscles store glucose in the form of glycogen. When you eat sugar constantly, your body gets lazy. It stops pulling sugar into the muscle for storage and burns it in the bloodstream instead, inefficiently. This means your muscles aren't being fueled properly. They go unused, underfed, and eventually they atrophy. The result is a body that looks fine from the outside, but feels fragile on the inside. You may not be able to lift like you used to, or move as freely, or recover from a long day, and sugar is at the root. The solution isn't just exercise. It's removing the block, clearing the inflammation, giving your muscles the environment they need to rebuild. It starts with what you eat, and with what you stop eating. But next, we'll explore another area where sugar takes a hidden toll: your brain. Specifically, how it clouds your thoughts, weakens your focus, and steals your clarity. You walk into a room and forget why you came in. You search for words that used to come easily. You reread the same paragraph 3 times and still can't focus. It's frustrating, it's disorienting, and for many people over 60, it's become a daily struggle. They call it brain fog, that cloudy feeling, the sense that your mind is moving through molasses. And while many blame it on age, stress, or even lack of sleep, there's another culprit that often gets overlooked: sugar. The brain is a high-energy organ. It uses more fuel than almost any other part of your body, but it's also extremely sensitive to blood sugar changes. When sugar levels spike and crash, the brain feels it first. High blood sugar inflames the brain. It disrupts communication between neurons. It damages small blood vessels that feed oxygen and nutrients to your memory centers. It slows down electrical signaling, the very thing that helps you think clearly and process information. And then comes the crash. After a spike in blood sugar, insulin rushes in. It pulls sugar out of the blood, sometimes too quickly. This drop leaves the brain underfueled. You feel tired, spacey, irritable. It's harder to concentrate, harder to make decisions. Your short-term memory suffers. Over time, this roller coaster pattern can damage parts of the brain involved in learning and recall, especially the hippocampus. This is the area most affected in the early stages of cognitive decline, and sugar puts it under constant stress. But the problem isn't just physical. Sugar also plays with your brain chemistry. It gives you a dopamine boost, that feel-good hit. But just like with caffeine or alcohol, the more you use it, the more your brain depends on it. When it's gone, you feel flat, dull, unmotivated. That's withdrawal, and it's very real. Many older adults try to fight this fog with more sugar, a cookie to perk up, a sweet drink to get through the afternoon, but it backfires. You get another spike, another crash, and the fog thickens. The good news is the brain responds quickly to change. Studies show that even short-term reduction in sugar improves mental clarity. More stable energy, better focus, sharper thinking. If you've been feeling cloudy, distracted, or just not yourself, sugar might be part of the reason, and it's something you can change. Next, we'll explore how sugar doesn't just affect your mind during the day, but how it silently steals your sleep at night and creates a vicious cycle of exhaustion. You go to bed early, you turn off the lights, you lie there waiting for rest, but your mind keeps turning. Your body won't relax. Or worse, you fall asleep, only to wake up at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, unable to drift back down. For many older adults, sleep becomes a nightly battle. But what if the real cause isn't age, or stress, or hormones, but sugar? Sugar has a powerful effect on your nervous system. When you eat something sweet, especially in the evening, your blood sugar rises quickly. This stimulates the release of insulin and in turn affects cortisol, your stress hormone. Even small spikes in cortisol at night can keep your brain alert when it should be winding down. It goes deeper. After the spike comes the crash, and when your blood sugar drops in the middle of the night, your body sees it as a threat. It responds by releasing adrenaline to raise your blood sugar back up. That's why you may suddenly wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, heart racing, mind spinning, unable to relax. This process repeats night after night, and over time, it chips away at your sleep quality. You may fall asleep, but you don't reach deep restorative sleep. You wake up tired. You start the day already depleted. And then comes the vicious cycle. You feel sluggish in the morning, so you reach for sugar to get going. Maybe sweet coffee, cereal, toast, or juice. That gives you a spike, followed by another crash. By afternoon, you need another hit. A snack, something sweet, anything to stay awake. And because of that, your blood sugar stays unstable. Your cortisol stays high. Your sleep stays broken. This pattern is especially damaging after 60. Your natural melatonin levels are already lower. Your body needs more stability, not more stimulation, and sugar robs you of that balance. Sleep is where healing happens, where your brain clears waste, where your muscles recover, where your immune system strengthens. Without deep sleep, every other part of your health suffers. But here's the good news. Removing sugar from your evening routine can change everything. Replacing sweet snacks with protein or healthy fat, cutting sugary drinks after dinner, eating your last meal a little earlier. These small changes can lead to deeper rest, clearer mornings, and more consistent energy. Next, we'll uncover how sugar doesn't just disrupt your sleep, but how it causes deep cellular damage by increasing oxidative stress, and why that matters more than ever as you age. Inside every cell in your body, there's a silent battle taking place. It's the battle between healing and harm, between renewal and breakdown. And one of the most dangerous forces tipping that balance is oxidative stress. Oxidative stress happens when your body produces too many free radicals, unstable molecules that damage your cells. These free radicals are a normal byproduct of living, but when they build up faster than your body can neutralize them, they begin to attack everything, your DNA, your cell membranes, even your energy-producing mitochondria. And sugar is one of the biggest drivers of that damage. When you eat a sugary meal, your blood sugar spikes. That spike triggers inflammation, and inflammation signals your immune system to respond. But if there's no real infection or injury, that immune response creates excess free radicals. Your body starts fighting a war that doesn't need to be fought, and your healthy tissues pay the price. Over time, this constant low-level damage accumulates. It leads to accelerated aging, slower recovery, and greater vulnerability to disease. It also reduces your ability to create energy at the cellular level. Your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses in your cells, become overwhelmed. They can't keep up. And when they slow down, you feel it. You feel it as fatigue, as heaviness, as a slow decline in stamina, focus, and resilience. Oxidative stress also affects your joints, your skin, your muscles, and your brain. It's been linked to nearly every major age condition, from arthritis and heart disease to cognitive decline and immune dysfunction. And the more sugar you consume, the more fuel you give this internal fire. What makes it worse is that you can't see it happening. There's no warning light, no ache, no rash, just a slow unraveling, one you often don't notice until it's deeply rooted. But the body is incredibly resilient. With the right support, your cells can heal, your mitochondria can recover, your inflammation can cool down. That support begins with removing the source, cutting back on added sugars, eating foods rich in antioxidants like berries, leafy greens, herbs, nuts, and seeds. Getting enough sleep, moving your body gently and consistently. Supporting your cells so they can support you. In the next section, we'll explore how sugar doesn't just drain your body. It pulls your emotions with it. From mood swings to anxiety and even depression, we'll uncover how sugar can quietly hijack your state of mind and what you can do to take it back. Some days you feel fine, calm, even steady. Other days you feel easily frustrated. Small things set you off. You feel anxious without knowing why, or sad even though nothing is wrong. It's easy to blame it on age, hormones, or stress. But there's another influence most people overlook: sugar. Sugar doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mood, your emotions, your sense of balance and control. And the changes it causes are subtle, until they're not. When you eat sugar, your brain responds with a surge of dopamine. That's the feel-good chemical. It gives you a short burst of pleasure, satisfaction, even comfort. That's why sugary foods feel so rewarding, especially when you're tired, bored, or stressed. But that burst doesn't last. As your blood sugar drops, so does your mood. You may feel irritable, restless, impatient, or emotionally flat. This is your brain reacting to the crash. It wants another hit. More sugar, more dopamine, more quick relief. Over time, this roller coaster pattern creates emotional instability. You start the day with something sweet, you feel good, then suddenly you're drained, edgy, or discouraged, and without knowing it, you reach for another sweet to fix it. But each time you do, the swings get steeper. Your mood depends more and more on the food you eat, and your ability to stay calm, focused, or content begins to slip away. For seniors, this cycle can be especially dangerous. Sugar amplifies feelings of loneliness. It worsens mild anxiety. It contributes to the kind of low-grade depression that often goes undiagnosed. You might not feel sad, just dull, disconnected, like life has lost a little of its color. It also disrupts sleep, as we've seen, and poor sleep makes mood regulation harder. It reduces serotonin, another key brain chemical that stabilizes your emotional state. The result is a body and mind constantly searching for balance and never quite finding it. But it doesn't have to stay this way. You can retrain your brain to feel good naturally by removing added sugar, by eating foods that support mood, like omega-3 fats, leafy greens, fermented vegetables, and quality protein, by walking outside, by connecting with people, by breathing deeply, by resting. When you give your brain the right support, your mood lifts, your patience returns, your sense of peace deepens. And that emotional clarity creates something powerful, the motivation to keep going, to make the next change, and the one after that. Next, we'll bring it all together and show you exactly how to reclaim your energy naturally, with real food, with small steps, and with confidence that your best days are not behind you. And yes, you've seen how sugar affects your energy, how it drains your strength, clouds your mind, weakens your sleep, and tugs on your emotions. But the most important part is this: you can take that energy back. And you don't need to count calories, you don't need a strict diet, you just need to shift the fuel you give your body. The first step is stabilizing your blood sugar. That means starting your day with protein and healthy fats, not sugar. Instead of cereal or toast, try eggs with avocado, Greek yogurt with nuts, a smoothie made with protein, not fruit juice. This sets the tone for the entire day. Second, eat regularly. Don't skip meals. Long gaps between eating can cause blood sugar crashes, and crashes lead to cravings. Try to eat every 4 to 5 hours. Combine protein, fat, and fiber in every meal to stay full and stable. Third, reduce hidden sugars. Read labels. Look for anything ending in O's or syrup. Watch for sugar in salad dressings, sauces, soups, and even healthy snacks. Just removing these quiet saboteurs can transform how you feel. Fourth, nourish your gut. A healthy gut balances blood sugar and supports energy. Add fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, or plain yogurt. Eat more fiber from vegetables, chia seeds, flax, and beans. These feed the good bacteria that help regulate your mood and metabolism. Fifth, move your body. You don't need intense exercise, just a walk after meals, gentle stretches, dancing, anything that gets your blood flowing and your muscles engaged. Movement improves insulin sensitivity and boosts natural energy production. 6. Hydrate. Even mild dehydration can feel like fatigue. Aim for clean water throughout the day. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber for taste. Skip the sugary drinks. Your body will thank you. 7th, rest deeply. Create a calm bedtime routine. Avoid sugar at night. Dim the lights. Turn off screens. Let your brain wind down slowly. When you sleep well, your cells repair, your hormones rebalance, your energy returns. These steps are simple but powerful, and they're even more effective when you do them consistently. Not perfectly. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to feel better, and with each small change, you get closer to that goal. In the next and final section, we'll bring it all together and give you the clarity to move forward with strength, energy, and purpose, without fear or guilt. Imagine waking up without the fog, without the heaviness, without that quiet dread of another long, slow day. Imagine feeling alert before your coffee, steady before breakfast, clear-headed, before the world even starts moving. That future is not a fantasy. It's not reserved for the lucky few. It's a future that becomes possible the moment you understand the truth. That sugar, even in small amounts, can pull your energy down day after day, and that you have the power to stop it. You've seen how sugar affects your body, how it spikes your blood, exhausts your adrenals, weakens your muscles, inflames your cells, clouds your thoughts, disturbs your sleep, and weighs on your emotions. But now you know, and knowledge changes everything. Because the path back to energy doesn't start with a pill, it doesn't require a radical plan. It starts with a decision, one small choice, then another, then another. Maybe it's switching from sweet cereal to eggs, maybe it's walking after lunch instead of resting, maybe it's drinking water instead of juice, maybe it's saying no to sugar before bed, just once, and seeing how you feel in the morning. Each of these choices tells your body something powerful. It says, you're worth protecting. It says, you're not done yet. It says, let's keep going. You don't need perfect discipline. You don't need to give up everything sweet. You just need to stop letting sugar run the show. Because your best years aren't behind you. Your sharpness, your energy, your joy, they're not gone. They've just been buried under layers of sugar crashes and false energy. Now it's time to dig them out. So if this message spoke to you, if you've been feeling tired, weak, or foggy, and you want to change that, not with hype, but with real answers, subscribe to this channel, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, leave a comment with your experience, let others know they're not alone. Because here at Senior Health, we believe energy isn't a luxury, it's a birthright, and no matter your age, you still deserve to wake up strong.